In the shadows of London, terrors stir. Powerful overlords conspire against one another, amassing hordes of monsters to do their bidding. Only one will claim the night, and all within it has their prize. Terrors of London is a competitive deck builder with a Victorian horror theme. Each player will assume the role of an overlord, each with a unique ability and 2 unique influence cards. Throughout the game, players will add monsters from 4 different factions, beasts, mortals, spirits, and undead, to their deck, all of which can form hordes for powerful combos. Players will also procure marvelous relics, which they may immediately use for their unique abilities. The first player to reduce their opponent's life to 0 wins the game and claims the night. This episode of Getting Geeky with Gamerleaf has been brought to you by Kollosal Games and their new game coming to Kickstarter on the 31st of July, which is Terrors of London. Go ahead and make sure you click the link and follow along with all the fun that will be that Kickstarter coming up, like I said, the 31st of July. Now, let's get on with the episode of Getting Geeky with Gamerleaf.
Getting Geeky with Gamerleaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamerleaf.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, sir. It's time to do the video. The recruitment video, remember?
About time. Right, to business. So, as you should know, I'm chairman here at GAFS. We're trying to decide which of our member countries should host GAF's biggest event, the global tournament. You know, the one that happens every 4 years. My change. Thank you, Nigel. I was wondering when you were going to bring me that for the hotel room. However, it's not us that decide, but you, the members of our wondrous and illustrious organization. Each member country gets to vote and can be voted for by other members. No. Shoo! Go away! I don't want that. Give that here. You're ruining my video. I will make sure that this gets disposed of the moment I've finished. Such behavior is not welcome within this illustrious organization. You will be given a per diem to help with any associated costs you may have in securing votes from other countries. How you choose to spend this money is entirely up to you, although I must advise that corporate gifts do help. But remember, there are 5 rounds of voting, so choose how and when to use your budget wisely, or you won't be able to afford to buy buy hotel rooms to stay in while you meet with other GAF members and convince them to vote for you. Yes, that's what I meant. So, we need you. to go out and win the tournament for your country. Of course, here at Gaffs, we always play by the rules. And won't stand for any funny business. At least, any that we know of. So yes, get out there and get those votes by any means possible. Oh, and remember, you have a vote to sell too. I mean a vote to cast for whoever you feel is most deserving. Just remember, if you get caught bending the rules, you'll be on your own. Gaffs will never be associated with poor sportsmanship. Sorry, I think that's all. Yes, you will receive your tickets to the voting summit in the post once we have received your membership deposit. More information is available on the Gaffs website. Thanks, bye.
Did that sound familiar to you guys? It didn't to me neither, but that was a story of Corrupt Cup Contest, a new game that's currently on Kickstarter, and tonight we're lucky enough to have on the creator and mastermind behind this great game, Lukas. Is that correct, Lukas? Is that how you fall in line with Corrupt Cup Contest?
Yeah, let's say that. Yeah, designer / mind behind it, yeah.
Okay, so designer / mind behind it. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf. We really appreciate it, Lukas.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all, especially at such short notice. We appreciate it. So before we get into the game and what it is or whatnot, let's rewind a little bit if we could, Lukas. We don't have to go back too terribly far. Of course, that is, unless you were born into tabletop board gaming. But how did you get started into playing tabletop board games and whatnot?
I played them throughout sort of my childhood, etc. But in recent years, they've taken a bit of resurgence in my family. And I've sort of started playing them more. And I'm also a video gamer, and it's quite a natural crossover for me to sort of go from one end to the other quite regularly in terms of my sort of gaming interests, shall we say. So, it's like games, and I'm a video game developer by trade as well, so it's basically quite entrenched in me.
Okay, awesome. So video games and then to board games. So minus Corrupt Cup let's see, I don't want to get it wrong. Minus Corrupt Cup Contest, say that 10 times fast. Minus that, do you have a current favorite board game? Because if I let you pick your own game, my audience might not like that too much.
I quite like the classics, to be honest. Like Settlers of Catan is really good to me. Tiki Taka Soccer is great. I also played, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, a friend showed it to me quite recently, the submarine game where you have to get treasure from an underwater sea, but you share the same air supply. And that was a really clever bit of game design in my mind, where it's just really small, really like not that broad at all in terms of mechanics, but the mechanics it chose were bang on. And I was really impressed by it.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, awesome. Probably had to play a lot of games as a designer or whatnot to get a different idea, so that's awesome. So the word on the street is, Lukas, you guys have a new game on Kickstarter. What can you tell us about Corrupt Cup Contest?
So Corrupt Cup Contest is a game that is inspired by a corruption scandal that happened to FIFA and also similar ones to the IAAF and the IPL, which is the Indian Premier League, which is for cricket in India. Basically, they ran through corruption scandals, FIFA in particular in 2015, where a bunch of executives were arrested, basically being accused of selling votes. And so allegedly that's why Russia just hosted the current World Cup, and that's why Qatar is hosting the next one, is basically due to a lot of dodgy dealings. So I thought I'd make a game out of it and try and make something a bit more positive out of the whole thing. And it seemed like quite a good idea for me for that sort of bribery, corruption game. So that's like the inspiration behind it, basically.
Oh, okay, so this is a party game. If we were to sit down to play that, Lucas, how does that look? Or I mean, sound. This is a podcast after all.
Yeah, of course. So basically, it's 6 to 12 players. So you do need a few of you, but it's quite good fun if you have like an established group or looking to make new friends or two families come together. So yeah, hopefully you can get a group together. Basically, each player picks a country and they get a country card, a bribe token, and an incoming and outgoing sheet, basically. And so then the game is split into 5 political campaigns. And the idea being in each campaign, you're trying to secure as many votes as you can for your own bid. And so at the start of the round, you basically need to decide which of a set of budget cards you're going to take, where the budget cards act as your budget to use to essentially bribe people with. And there's 5 different cards, each with slightly different values on. And so you need to pick and basically strategize which rounds you think are going to be the ones you can win and essentially reserve your most expensive card for, and which you might think are going to be really hard to win, so you just use cheaper ones to sort of get by. And so you do that, you take money from the central pool, and then the schmoozing begins, which is the central part, where you basically can walk around the room, be as interactive as you like, walk up to people and basically bribe them and say to like, oh, delegate, ooh, can I give £2 million for your vote, please? And they might say yes, and then hand over their bribe token. And the idea being you need to try and secure as many of these bribe tokens as you can, as they represent votes. And at the end of the schmoozing, you then have to vote on the board, and you basically place these vote tokens onto your own country. If the players manage to secure the most votes, they win a cup token, which represents them winning the round. And then they play out the remaining rounds, so 5 rounds in total, and then the winner is the player who secured the most cup tokens, and in the event of a tie, the winner is the player who received the most money. And so you've got to be really careful not to bribe too much or give too much cash away, because you could be literally handing them victory.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that sounds pretty fun. So I imagine you're pretty biased when it comes to this game, Lucas, as it is your baby or whatnot. So is there maybe somebody else who might be reviewing it that people can look and see what somebody else maybe thought about it?
Yes, so Big Boss Battle is a website in the UK. They should be taking a look at it, well, in the week that we're recording, so it may even be available by the time this is up. But yes, they're taking a look at it now, so hopefully it should be up in the next few days.
Okay, and so we'll keep our eye out for that. I imagine you'll put that up on the Kickstarter page when it comes available?
Yes, yeah. Hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, I'll put it up.
And who was that again? They can go ahead and I imagine they can search them on YouTube as well. Who was it again?
They're called Big Boss Battle. They review video games and board games. Quite a wide variety. So I'm hoping they'll review it nicely, but you never know.
Okay, so yeah, if you get me links to the to their channel in the show notes, I can go ahead and put those in or whatnot, depending. So that'd be awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Now, per se, somebody's fallen asleep. It wouldn't be because of you or this great game, Lucas. It'd be because of me and my podcast. At the time of this recording, we're going into the we're almost done with we just barely started the 3rd week of July. By the time this airs, it'll be sometime within the 3rd week of July, and we'll probably have close to 220 episodes of the podcast up at that time. Right now it's at 215. Well, I mean 115 since the first of the year. So about 120 since January 1. And so people sometimes get tired of hearing me ramble on and on. So sometimes they fall asleep. Well, at least they haven't confirmed or denied it yet. So I'm going to go with it. But they're suddenly jolted awake, Lucas. So they have you have their full attention now. Why should they go ahead and take a chance on Corrupt Cup Contest, especially with all the other great games that are out there on the Kickstarters currently?
Well, I personally think because it's a really unique theme, like it's not integral to the game at all, but I think it's just a bit refreshing to see. Like, I love fantasy games, I love the sort of horror side, etc. But I do feel sometimes looking at those sets of games that they can be a bit samey, whereas this is quite, I feel, a fresh art style with an interesting concept behind it. And if you like the sports angle, then that's great, but it's not essential either. And it really is a politics game underneath it. So that's the thing. That's cool. I think also if you're after something that is truly social, where you can interact with one another in in quite a fun way, quite a sort of expressive way, I think that's really cool. And I've played party games and things like that. A lot of them I tend to notice tend to be stuck behind cards, or you're only interacting with somebody for short periods. I think this is great, especially if you're trying to ice break, or trying to diffuse a situation, or trying to encourage people to socialize between multiple groups, and this is perfect.
Oh, okay, awesome. And we'll make sure we leave links in the show notes so people can go ahead and at the very least check out Corrupt Cup Contest. Go check out the Kickstarter video and whatnot and see what they have going on. Yeah, so this looks like an awesome game where you go ahead and I guess you're trying to be the most corrupt, and it's for different sports teams and stuff, it looks like.
Well, it's for different sporting associations. So, like in FIFA, for example, there's the FA, who is the Football Association in the UK, and I think America has one too. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but the idea being you are representing those sort of associations in the same way, these sports associations, which are really just an excuse to put countries on the thing, and you can play as your own country if it's one of the 12 on the board, but the USA is, so you can. Hopefully, most of your audience can play as the USA if they want to. But yeah.
Well, there you go. So awesome. So say somebody likes this, what is going to put them back so they can get their own copy?
So on Kickstarter, there's early birds going at the moment at £35, excluding shipping. I think shipping will cost £5 in UK. Sorry, $5. £5 as UK Kickstarter, £10 Europe, £15 rest of the world. So it'd be about £50 or so if you're in the US. But there is a deluxe edition as well if you want, and you can get a version, the standard edition with a trophy, which costs a little bit more. But you can give that trophy to the winner and make it like a proper little presentation at the end, which I thought was quite a nice detail. And I'm hoping to announce one or two other tiers where you'll get additional bonuses, but I will save them for when we get to a couple £1,000, I reckon. Just to encourage people to do it so they can see what's coming.
Oh, okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, I know you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. If somebody backs this game and it funds and whatnot, when should they anticipate getting their game so they can start becoming the corruptest of all the different associations of sports in the world?
I'm hoping, the provisional estimate is probably December/January of this/next year, depending on which side of the year it falls on. But from what I've been, I'm working with a production consultant who's sort of handling that side of things, and that's what he suggested is pretty reasonable. So it will, without completely 100%, confirming / putting my neck on the line yet. In that way, that's where we think, we'll have it done by.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. So yeah, look out for that. So yeah, even if you don't have the money to necessarily spend on it, go ahead and at least check out the Kickstarter page, see what you like on it, and if you've liked anything you listen, go ahead and consider backing this project. If you can only back for $1, that every bit counts, as is Kickstarter is kind of like a social media. Everybody who follows you will go ahead and see that such and such back such and such project. So definitely check it out and whatnot. And now the next, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to our podcast, Lucas, and if not, that's okay. But the next portion of our podcast is called Adventures in Application Acquisition, where we talk about an app, be it for a cell phone, a tablet, a computer, or even a video game. It doesn't even necessarily have to be related to corrupt sports organizations or tabletop board gaming for that matter. But is there an app you use a lot of that we can talk about for a moment, Lucas?
Yeah, well, a game I'm playing a lot of at the moment, which is a really cool coincidence, is a game called Tiki Taka Soccer. Very simple soccer game for mobile. Just quite a lot of fun. There's not much almost else to say, but it's just quite a good little free mobile football game. and I'm working with the guy on a video game at the moment, so there's this plug for him.
Well, there you go. So that's awesome. So is it like a tap, one of those games where you just tap constantly, or is there other ways to play it, or how do you play this app?
It's a lot like an actual football game. Like you basically control the players and you just go from one end of the pitch to the other, trying to score. Less like the sort of set piece sort of versions you sort of see where you sort of there's a few I've seen where you sort of get set up to do particular sort of actions and then you have to perform the action. This is much more like playing the full game.
But if you own the rights to this app, what would be one thing you would do to fix it or make it better, Lukas?
If I own the rights, it's pretty good in terms of what it does. Like there definitely could be more sort of depth added in terms of just more content to perhaps like, because when you play games, you sort of you play the games and you go back to this like manager area where it might be nice to put just a few extra features to sort of make that more customizable, more sort of unique, to sort of slightly make that side more interesting. But in terms of what it is sort of set out to do, it does it pretty well.
So that sounds like a pretty cool app. We'll make sure we leave links in the show notes and whatnot so people can check it out as well. But yeah, mine is coming over there to the UK to stalk you personally and find out what you have going on with this game or future projects. How would people go about keeping up with you?
So the big thing is obviously if you just back the Kickstarter in the first place, then you'll get regular updates on the Kickstarter page. But otherwise, there's Twitter links, there's Facebook, and there is a mailing list which people can sign up to as well. They're the main ways really to stay in the loop of what's going on.
Okay, and those are all listed out there on the Kickstarter page?
The Twitter and Facebook are, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So like I said, we'll leave links in the show notes or whatnot. So any final parting words on why people should go ahead and check out the page, the Corrupt Cup contest?
Well, if you are just a casual person who doesn't even want to invest in the game, there is quite a funny YouTube video on there which people might just enjoy as a laugh. But if you are like really into something that is social, that is a bit unique or different, I think Corrupt Cup Contest might be that game where you can do something which I don't think many other games really offer, and I think that's what I'm keen on emphasizing really.
Awesome. And it looks like you might get $250 million in play money as well.
Yes, yeah, you get a lot of play money, yes. Yes, shame it's not real. That's the only thing. You can't pocket it and spend it, but there we are.
Oh boy, well there you go. So that's awesome. Yeah, so well, like I said, we'll make sure we leave the links in the show notes and get this up to you for everybody else can hear it, and hopefully more people can find out about everything that is Corrupt Cup contest. But yeah, like we don't want to keep you all night, but we really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief to talk all about this great game, Lukas.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
What is this place? What is it doing here in the Leaves computer? Oh, it's Kickstarter Corner with the Leaves.
You know what that means, Kickstarter Corner. I think I'll never tire of her singing that song. But anyways, let's get on with it, shall we? As you saw, our sponsor of this episode has been Kollosal Games, who has a new game coming out on Kickstarter the 31st of July. Terrors of London. Definitely want to get in on that. It looks fun and sounds fun, and we'll be telling you more about it as we progress in the month. Next, we've got the Forgotten Dungeon Mega Adventure. It's a D&D and D&D 5e. The Forgotten Dungeon is an adventure that incorporates legendary artists from the days of TSR. They recently unsuspended the funding on Kickstarter. That's drawing to an eye. I want to say they're really close to their goal, as well as they have 12 days remaining on the Indiegogo. We'll leave that link in the show notes for you. Go ahead and check it out. And yeah, check it out. It looks pretty cool. Fun stuff. Next, we've got Out of Sorts, a game for creative kids of all ages. A beautiful laser-engraved mix-and-match game designed to encourage creativity, imagination, and tons of fun. And by the time you hear this episode, you might have a couple minutes to get on it, or a couple hours, depending on how you're listening. But they end on Yeah, this is wrong. They end at 11:07 a.m. Mountain Standard UTC time, so yeah, that's weird. Usually it's Mountain Standard Time, so I'm not sure what's going on, but it looks like they have 6 hours to go at the time of this recording. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you might have a little bit of time to get on in a couple hours at least, depending on when you listen to this episode. But definitely check it out because they have funded, I repeat. Out of Sorts has funded, and the Leafs, we like this game a lot. Go ahead and ask any of the Princess Leaf or Little Gamer Leaf, whatever she likes to go by. They really adored this game. I like it. It was pretty fun too. Go back and listen to our review if you want. We did a preview as well as we did an interview with the creator. But definitely check it out. I'll have to congratulate the creators because that's awesome that they funded. Next, we've got Theosis. Theosis is a worker placement and tactical combat miniature board game that emphasizes fun gameplay and fast action. This one looks pretty fun, and they've still got 5 days to go, going through Tuesday the 24th of July. So definitely get in on this one, and we interviewed the creator earlier this week, so if you want to hear that, go back and listen. Next, we've got Casual Game Insider. CGI Year 7, coming to you from Chris over at Casual Game Revolution. It's a quarterly board game magazine that focuses on the best new casual games from a wide variety of publishers. Time to start reading. They've reached their goal and there's still 5 days to go, going through Tuesday the 24th of July as well. This one's pretty fun. I've looked at the magazine and it's awesome, so definitely check out that one. It's pretty fun. Next, and that one has, also that one, just so you know, has advertising options. So if you're a publisher, check that one out. If you're a publisher, you also may want to check out this one as well. It is bringing HLG Con to the next level. High Level Games is hosting a convention in Atlantic City, New Jersey. We want to have the best material on hand to create an awesome experience. They'll have great things for publishers or people who want to advertise with them, as well as you can come to the con, which is being held October 12th through the 14th there in Atlantic City. There's only 7 days to get in on this. They end on Thursday, the 26th of July, and they as well have funded, so definitely check that one out. Let's see what we can do to help them out. Next, we've got Crown of Aragón. It's a 2-player card game of medieval intrigue and conquest that can be played in 15 minutes. Seize the Crown. I really like this one. We previewed it as well as had the creator on the show. If you want to go back and listen, you can do that. And let's try to make this a reality. There's not much more to go to their goal, but let's make it, see what we can do in 8 days. They're ending Friday the 27th of July. Next, we've got Elite Dangerous Battle Cards. It's a 2-player expandable card game based in the Elite Dangerous Galaxy. Definitely check this one out. It funded in 48 hours, and we had the creators of this game on the show a while back ago as well. This one ends in 9 days, the 28th of July, which is a Saturday. So definitely get in on this great game. Next, now this one is crazy fun, according to what I saw on Michael Wright, or the Unfiltered Gamer's live Facebook event last night. It is Jetpack Joyride, coming to you from Lucky Duck Games. Yeah, you may have seen the app in the App Store. I actually sat down and played it for a minute, the app at least. But Jetpack Joyride is a real-time, but not timed, competitive puzzle game of epic proportion. This one looks awesome. I can't wait to see what they do with it. But yeah, so what it looks like is I recently, during my gaming group, sat down and we played a roll and write game. I'd never done that before. So you're rolling the dice and keeping score. But this one is kind of similar, but not really, because everybody's playing at the same time. So you're all doing actions at the same time. But instead of rolling and taking points that way, you're actually building the app, it looks like. So you're building the adventure or whatever that Jetpack Joyride is going through. So that looked really awesome. We saw, like I said, Michael Wright and his friends played it tonight on their, or last night, I guess, when you're listening, on their Facebook Live video. You can check those out every Wednesday night. I think they start around 7 p.m. Pacific time. So definitely check that out, and also check out this great game, Jetpack Joyride. They got about 12 days to go, going through the end of July, the 31st of July to be exact. And next week, we're going to actually have Vince on the show to talk all about it and what he's doing over there at Lucky Duck Games. So stay tuned for that next week. Also, are you into yoga? Or are your kids into yoga? Check out Asana Kids. Learn yoga and mindfulness while playing. Do yoga poses, align the crackus, help the princess to get rid of their bad emotions before they block them. This one's going for another 13 days, the 1st of August, so check it out if you're into yoga or stuff like that. Next, we've got Kingdoms of Erden, King of the Mountain, Dwarven Expansion. Collect faction members and dominate the mountain in this fantasy set collection strategy card game. Ages 10 plus, 2 to 5 players, 15 to 45 minutes. Definitely check it out. Going for the next 15 days, the 3rd of August. Well, that was quite weird. I just had Alexa on my son's device try to tell me that it was having troubles connecting to the internet. I wasn't trying to talk to it. I was trying to talk to y'all. But anyways, let's get on with Kickstarter Corner, shall we? Yes, sir, Bob, we shall. So, let's see where we got. The next game on Kickstarter Corner is Clustered, 2nd edition, a strategic card game. Battle your opponents by placing cards with matching attributes next to each other. Can you out-strategize everyone to win? I hope you can. This funded in 4 hours, and it's only $15, I believe, plus shipping. They got another 21 days to go, going through the 9th of August, and if you're lucky, the Leafs might be previewing this game, so watch out for that. Next, we've got, this one's new to the Kickstarter Corner for you. It's Incoming Transmission, a co-op sci-fi pixel board game. Incoming Transmission is a 16-bit inspired co-op puzzle game for 2 to 5 or more players in 10 to 30 minutes by the designer of Fire of Eidolon. I hope I said that right. We'll hopefully have the creator of that game on next week's show as well. But this one, it looks awesome. So they've got pixelated meeples. I never heard of that. And even better, you got to go at least check out the box. Yeah, the game box that it comes in. It reminds me so much of the Super Nintendo boxes. Definitely check it out. It's on the Kickstarter now through the 11th of August, and they have funded. So definitely check out this one coming to you from Magic Meeple Games. Next, we've got Totally Medieval, the epic adventure, Alliance or War. Compete or cooperate in the mythic world of Totally Medieval, but be wary and trust no one because even the game. If you're on our emailing list, you might have gotten an email that had this episode in. If you did, I would encourage you to go listen to it. You'll be able to get it before any of your friends by listening this way, as well as you won't get Kickstarter Corner. It'll be a straight interview with me and the creator, Zach. It was a pretty fun episode. And yeah, so definitely check that out. Otherwise, you're going to get this episode coming next week probably to you. So definitely check that out. It's a really fun, he's got some awesome ideas he's going to be enacting. And his first game that he did was last Kickstarter he did. It was unsuccessful, but he's been successful in the publishing field without Kickstarter model. So definitely check out Totally Medieval, the epic adventure, and go listen to our interview. It was a fun one, I think. This game is going through Friday the August of 24, or Friday, August 24th, depending on how you want to say it. But definitely check out this one. It's a pretty fun game from what it looks like. And Zach is an awesome guy. Actually, one of our fans, so that's kind of cool. Next, we've got Arsenal Transforming Deck Box plus Cloth Mat. It's a deck box with room for at least 130 double sleeve magic cards, dice, and even a cloth mat. Definitely check this one out. They're going for another 30 days, the 18th of August. So, yeah, you'll want to definitely go ahead and check that one out so you can see what it's all about. And anyways, so you know, we're doing a giveaway combined with Unfiltered Gamer, TLDR game series, and the Giveaway Geek, in which one lucky listener or winner will get a copy of Gloomhaven. So definitely enter for that. It's drawing to a 9. And then also we've got, did you know the Giveaway Geek? He does a bunch of giveaways. And recently he started a new giveaway that I really like. It's the classic Nintendo Entertainment System. It's got 30 built-in games and it's pretty fun. I'm having a blast on mine when I'm able to play it. But go check out the Giveaway Geek as he's doing a giveaway for this, lasting through the 16th of August. So it's that least favorite time of yours and ours as well. But we'll go ahead and let you get on with our lives. We'll get on with ours. In the meantime, how about you go ahead and get geeky, stay geeky, and bring others into Geekfold. Oh, if you're still listening, and I hope you are, I've noticed that the people downloading this, at least 50% of you guys have an iTunes account, or that's how you're getting the content that you get from us. So, you know what helps? More people find out about Getting Geeky with Gamerleaf and helps us continue to bring you great content. That is by rating and reviewing the show. So if you could be so lovely as to jump over to iTunes and give us a review, a rating or a review. Let us know what you think about the show. Be honest. Be honest with us. And it only takes a minute of your time, and it will help others find this great show. Why hoard it to yourself? Anyways, get geeky, stay geeky, and bring others into Geekfold. We'll catch y'all on the, you guessed it, flip side. Gamerleaf out.
Gamerleaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamerleaf's luck holds up.